All right, let's get right into it. We're tackling the biggest question in tech and finance today. Is this massive AI boom just another bubble that's doomed to pop? Or is this time actually different? Let's dive into what's really going on and figure out if we're looking at a crash, a simple correction, or the beginning of a whole new technological world.
You know, if you remember the year 2000, all of this probably feels a little familiar, right? Skyrocketing stocks, huge amounts of cash flying around, breathless hype everywhere you look. It really does feel just like the dot-com bubble. But is it? Is history really just repeating itself? Or are we missing the bigger picture here?
To get to the bottom of that, we have to look past the surface similarities. This isn't a simple yes or no kind of deal. The key is to really unpack the fundamental structure of this boom and see how it stacks up against the one that defined the turn of the century.
Okay, so check this out. When you lay it out like this, the difference is just crystal clear. The dot-com era? That was one giant speculative bet on a future that wasn't here yet. All about websites and online ads. It was driven by startups that were just burning through cash. The AI boom, on the other hand, is being driven by real, existing demand. And the key players aren't just a bunch of startups. We're talking about the biggest tech giants on the planet investing in hard infrastructure, semiconductors, data centers. And here's the real kicker. Unlike the dot-com companies, these AI leaders are already generating absolutely massive profits.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The dot-com bubble was all about investing in a dream, but the AI boom is about investing in the expansion of a reality, something that's already working, already generating cash, and already changing how entire industries operate. One was basically a lottery ticket. The other is doubling down on a proven winner.
So you know what they say, follow the money. If the AI boom really has this much substance, the numbers should back it up. So let's take a look at the actual cash flow and see where the momentum really is.
And wow, this one number pretty much says it all. A 600% increase in net profit for NVIDIA year over year. I mean, this isn't some guess about future earnings. This is real astronomical profit being generated right now. And it's all fueled by an absolutely insatiable demand for the hardware that makes AI tick.
And it's not just the people making the chips either. Let's look at the cloud giants. Microsoft and Amazon are hitting record high operating profits. And a huge driver for that is the crazy demand for their AI and cloud services. Real companies are paying them enormous amounts of money to get access to these capabilities. That's a world away from that get big fast, figure out profits later model of the dot-com days.
But okay, we have to be realistic here. While the core of this boom seems really solid, there are absolutely pockets of classic bubble behavior. You see speculative money flooding into smaller AI stocks, you have companies just slapping AI onto their name to watch their stock price jump, and there's a very real risk that the industry could build too many GPUs, leading to a supply glut down the road. So yeah, parts of this market are definitely frothy.
So if the whole market isn't a bubble, but some parts of it are, what does the future actually look like? Let's try to map out the likely path forward, from this explosive phase we're in now to what will probably become a new, stable reality. According to this timeline, we're smack in the middle of the growth phase right now, just explosive expansion. But if you look ahead to 2027, that's when a selection phase kicks in and competition gets really intense. Then around 2030, we hit the crucial moment, the adjustment phase. This is the pop. This is when the overinvested companies and the unviable ideas, they're gonna fail. But after that correction, we enter a stability phase where AI just becomes standard infrastructure, kind of like the internet is today.
And this is the most crucial point to understand. The dot-com crash was a collapse because the dream itself broke. The whole idea that any website could be profitable, that just fell apart. The coming AI pop will be a selection. It's not the dream of AI that's going to break. It's that the companies whose strategies don't line up with reality will get weeded out. It's more like pruning a garden to make it healthier, not setting the whole thing on fire.
Okay, so this brings us to a really fascinating twist. If the AI boom isn't a true repeat of the dot-com bubble, then what is? Let's look beyond AI for a second and see if we can find where the real, speculative, dream-first investing is happening today.
So let's just ask the question directly. Where can you find that classic year 2000 style mix of world-changing potential, near-zero revenue, and just massive investor hype? The answer might surprise you.
And here it is. The real parallel to the dot-com bubble today is in quantum computing stocks. I mean, look at the similarities. It's uncanny. The technology is still in a super experimental stage, just like the internet was before it was widely adopted.
The revenue is pretty much zero, often just funded by grants. And the investor hype is identical. It's all, this changes the world, or this is the next AI. Companies like IonQ and Rigetti, they are the pets.com of our time. Incredible promise, but making a profit is still a very, very distant dream. These quantum companies are all trying to cross what's known as the Valley of Death. It's that treacherous, perilous gap between an initial scientific breakthrough and actually achieving commercial profitability. This is where most futuristic technologies fail, frankly, and it's defined by burning cash while you chase a dream, the exact financial model of the dot-com darlings of the past.
So what does all this mean for the long term? Well, we're looking at a great technological handoff. From now until about 2035, the AI infrastructure revolution is going to lay this powerful new foundation for global computing. And then, after that, the quantum AI era can truly begin, building its own revolution right on top of the robust infrastructure that AI created.
So, let's bring it all home with the single most important takeaway. When the AI market does correct itself around 2030, it's going to be a selection that actually strengthens the industry. It will not be a collapse like the dot-com crash, which just wiped out an entire generation of companies that were based on a flawed dream.
And that leaves us with a final crucial thought. The AI boom isn't the final bubble we should be obsessing over, it's the very bedrock for the next one. So the real question for anyone watching tech and the markets isn't if another speculative bubble will pop, it's which one should you actually be watching.